All right then. So your speaking mock test is about to begin. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay then. Let's get started. What is your name?
My name is Yasin Mustafis, but you can call me Yasin.
Okay. And what is it that you do? Do you work or do you study?
I have currently graduation from University of Liberal Arts, Bangladesh, ULAB, with the
Okay.
business certificate.
And can you tell me what you like and dislike about your major subject?
The first, the most, the favorite thing that I like is is that I know everything about my major. Let's say I can don't want to have a study at all. All I need to have some knowledge and ideas about a particular topic. But other than that, we need to write a lot. But and that moment the faculties of our does not want it to give us mark at all, even if we write a proper answer. And for this reason, started to hate all the regulation and rules of this particular problems.
I see. And what are your future plans?
As I'm doing my IELTS, I'm planning to give I'm planning to give my IELTS exam at the beginning of December, and after that I wanted to apply at Canada and doing my masters there.
I see. And why have you picked Canada in particular instead of other countries?
Because first of all, there are few relatives are staying there, so that I will not have any problem with accommodations. Other than that, there are no other countries that my parents give wanted to go wanted me to go there, and for this reason I have picked Canada for this particular reason.
I understand. Now, let us talk about something else. Let's talk about gift giving. So, when do people usually give gifts or presents in your country?
Whenever there is any occasion like birthdays or wedding ceremonies, and at that particular moment, we will usually give, give gifts to those the host or the person who are who are the which the occasion are for. Let's say that in the wedding ceremony, people love to give any any important item which may help them in their future family life.
Okay. And when was the last time you have received a gift?
This was quite a long time ago because due to Corona time, I does not have able to meet so much people with, and for that reason, could not able to get any gift at that particular moment. But before Corona, it was my birthday when I got my gift from my relative as gift from my relatives, and they were about and it was about a huge amount of money.
Okay. And when you buy gifts for your friends or family members, what kind of items do you choose?
It's very hard topic to talk about because I never had I never that's not able to make a choice uh, for buying gifts for others. Rather than that I will give them money for and for that reason, and later on they can take or buy anything they wish for.
Okay. Now, let us move on. Let's talk about sporting events. What are the major sporting events that happen in your country?
The, more, as few days back, when the T20 World Cup had ended, the cricket, I can say that cricket is the only sport that Bangladesh usually enjoy about, because at Bangladesh playing on the T20 or World Cup, and all people all around uh, this country can support the team that Bangladesh are playing for. Other than that, and when the World Cup had started, people usually got divided into different teams, and for that reason, people don't, and there is huge fighting between different supporters.
Okay. And when you watch sporting events, Do you prefer to watch them at home or do you prefer to watch them live at stadiums?
In my opinion, I will love to watch them at home because for buying tickets is more quite more expensive for me as I don't have any job and I feel some like a very shy for taking money from my parents. And for but other than that, watching home watching watching a sport at home is more like comfortable. I can do all other work or have listen or doing exploring my mobile, etc.
And are there any sporting events that you wish to watch in the future?
Moreover, it is more, in my opinion, I would love to watch only the FIFA World Cup in the future because it gives me joy and entertainment that I never have watched on other games.
Okay, now let us move on to your cue card section. Just give me a moment while I share the screen. So, for today's cue card, the topic is to describe an interesting place that you have visited as a tourist. So, you have 1 minute to prepare and to take notes, and you have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. So, your time to take notes starts now. I'll let you know when to speak. All right, then, your time is up. You may begin the card now.
Thank you for giving me an interesting topic to talk about. So, few years back when I was around 13 or 14 years old, I have visited at India, Agra, visit, which is the one of the wonders of world, which is one of the seven wonder of world, and and I choose this particular place because it actually gives me the hype of being a being in a being a tourist, being hype for being a tourist. So other than that, I have I have been there with my family, with my full my with all my family members, and there I have seen and family members. And after arriving at the Taj Mahal, and I would love to talk about the Taj Mahal that I had not mentioned before. Sorry for that. But other than that, I want in this Taj Mahal, I would love to in this Taj Mahal, I have visited many the tombs of the creators or the and for that I and the history that I have learned on my book, and for that reason I have come to know about this place particularly. And in this place was quite interesting for me because uh, for one reason, the creator, the Shahjahan, create, who had manufactured or constructed this building for his love to show his love for his third wife. As I can recall from my memory, but other than that, it, it, I, and the history that I heard from many books or television or YouTube videos, I have come to know about that. I come to know that this the Sa- the Shahjahan had actually cut all the workers hand and for contrasting this building, and for that reason it actually took me took me in a shock that how can a person can be so cold-minded, and for that reason it may give me a high for visiting this particular place. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And what was your favorite place? What was your favorite experience from that visit?
When I visited there, it was I, so we were allowed to not to wear any shoes or sandals. But when my feet took when my feet touched the ground, it actually gave me have a silly moment because it was so cold and the and the and it was created by mothers, and for that reason it actually gave me a more interesting
I
place
see.
to talk about.
Now, since we are on the topic of traveling and tourism, so can you tell me what are the advantages for a country when tourists visit?
The main advantage I would love to talk about is the economy. When a person visit a when a person visits a tourist place, especially the foreign one, the government can actually some impose some money on them so that they can at least and gain have some gain or out profit and can manufacture in the site that were manufactured or can change and or can spend a certain amount of money on those places that can be actually make attraction more attraction to other people.
Okay. And can you think of any disadvantages that results from tourism?
The, the main disadvantage I will love to talk about is the pollution. People usually carry a lot of item with them and wanted to throw at road or the places they are usually visited. And for this reason, this makes more polluted in the tourist place. So if and for that reason, people government does not even take any actions at all.
Now,
And
can you think of any solutions to this problem?
in my opinion, if the government can at least impose some rules and regulation so that if rules and regulation and other, then the people can actually maintain some reduce this problem and this will lead to the country into a proper better place, into a proper better place.
Okay. Now, let us discuss the tourist's perspective. Can you tell me what can tourists learn from visiting new places?
Firstly, they can learn about the history because by learning from books or television, it is books they actually never make they will actually forget about that particular place at a certain time. But when they visit a particular place, they will they will get experiences, and for that reason, will remember this for the rest of their lives.
Okay. And how should tourists behave when they visit a new place?
Sorry, I can hear you.
Yeah, no problem. How should tourists behave when they visit new places or when they visit a new country?
It totally depends upon the cultures. Let's, for instance, when Bangladesh visit into another country, they totally become a new person. Let's say they will have to do all the good things, not making the environment pollution. But when the person is stayed in a Bangladesh or in their own culture, they actually don't want to follow any rules and regulations.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test. Overall, as you know, there are four marking criteria for speaking. The first criteria is your fluency and how you develop your points and how you transition from your points, which is your coherence. So for your fluency part, you are getting a six. That means you are a decent speaker, but due to some errors, due to some hesitations, and due to some, let's say, issues in developing your points, I cannot give you more than a six. So I'll come to that later. Other than that, for your vocabulary and word choice, you have displayed some very positive use of words, such as you have the feelings you told me when you visited the Taj Mahal. Other than that, certain things, certain words that you used to express yourself were very good. However, there were also some inconsistencies with your vocabs, which created some issues. So for your vocabulary part, which we call lexical resource, you should be scoring around 6 to 7. For your grammar, most of your sentences are free of errors. However, due to some lapses in pronunciation, certain words cannot be understood properly, which breaks the flow of sentences. So, due to that, for your grammar and pronunciation section, I'm giving you a 6. So, if I'm marking you very strictly, you should be scoring a 6, but you should not score below that. Um, if it's a good day, if your performance is slightly better, the IELTS examiner can give you a 6.5, so don't worry about your score too much. Now, as for your improvement, one thing I would really suggest is that you work on your pronunciation. What happens is when you're talking, you tend to just go off, you just tend to run off basically. So try to slow down your speech, try to enunciate all the words properly, and try to utter the syllables of each word properly. And one thing that helps a lot of students is that if you try to mirror the speech of the examiner, let's say if I ask you a question, say, what are popular areas for tourists? I said the popular areas for tourists, right? So you
Yes.
take those words and you use a similar word and you answer the question first and then you develop the point. So, as an example, well, there are many popular areas for tourists in my country, such as you bring up a few points and after that you develop the point. So that makes your sentences more cohesive if you end up mirroring my points. Other than that, I would recommend your speaking's fine, your grammar is all right, but you're mainly you have some pronunciation issues for which I cannot understand some of the words you're trying to say. Other than that, some other issues I could notice was when you pronounce the word construction, you couldn't pronounce that properly, so that leads to some negative marking for pronunciation. Apart from that, you have some minor errors in grammatical agreement. Remember, if your subject is singular, the verb has to be plural and vice versa. Other than that, we make some mistakes using articles. Let's say when we talk about a person, the king, it's fine. But when you refer to Shah Jahan, you said the Shah Jahan. So we do not use articles with people's names. That was a very silly mistake. But due to these minor repeated grammatical errors, your grammatical mark has become a little low. It's not a 7, and you're getting a 6. If you fix these little issues, because since your sentence structures are fine, if you manage to fix these grammatical issues, you can increase your grammatical mark to 7. Okay, so just give me a moment while I type out your feedback.